you looking to step up your option trading strategy?
Yeah, I am.
At a time, I am offering my quick start guide to option trading.
Oh, I have to read a book? Yeah, boy! Be so cute, go get roll. What a brother know. Yeah! Those were the days with me and the Donald party in New York. All right, hey, happy day. It's a day today. What day it is, I can't even remember, honestly. I remember the other day I asked my son, I'm like, hey, how's school? What's going on? Did they notice you got a haircut? And he's like, Dad, it's Sunday. I'm like, dude, I worked the whole day. What did you do? Yeah, so anyways, yeah, boy. So let me ask the computer, actually. Apparently it's a Tuesday, so we must be a week away from the election. That's interesting. Interesting, which means the Senate has left. They're on vacay, which means no stimulus. So what are you going to do about it? Well, let's talk about it. Let's go. So, g'day mate, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. I don't know what accent that is. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Yo, never risk what you cannot afford to lose. Guten Morgen. In fact, when it comes to trading, I don't know when you'll figure this out. Most people never? Is that even it sounds like a negative, a double negative. Most people never figure it out that going for big is not the way to succeed. The way to succeed is consistency, to trade a bias. So it's very often the get rich slow scheme, but it's the way to do it. So for example, I turned $5 into $10,000. $5. I turned $5 into $10,000 cash in less than a day. Ha! But that's not how you do it. You want to get rich slow. The way I did this, if you want to know, how do you turn $5 into $10,000? Huh? Look at that. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? You go to the toy store. Huh? See? You go to the toy store. Spend $5 and they gave me 10 grand. I'm like, kids, there's a difference between money and value. I just bought a whole bunch of money. It's money, dude. Look at that. I bought some money. Money is worthless. I bought $10,000 for $5. So we need to worry about value because money is worthless. There you go. That's how you do it quick. You want to do it slow. You're not actually trying to make money. You're trying to capture value and an income stream attached to the value. The money is irrelevant. It's fake. Money is fake. It's silly. Right? Again, our conversation not long ago, I can't remember where or when, but we talked about there are still people in America that are in cash. They got out of the stock market and they're in cash. And so why do you think they're in cash? Because they say, well, it's less risky. Like, well, less risky, let's talk about that. There's inflation, so let's say there's 1.6% inflation right now. So you're guaranteed to lose 1.6%. Guaranteed. That's not less risky. That's very risky. And then on top of that, we know when the economy improves and you're not in on the improvement, you're not in the stock market, so you're not benefiting from that growth. We know when that happens, when the stock market goes up, the dollar weakens, so now the currency is devalued. So you might have lost 4% in the devaluation of the currency your assets are in. And on top of that, there's inflation, which is not the dollar weakening. It's the actual sort of productivity of the country pushing up prices. So prices have gone up, the purchasing power has gone down, and you're guaranteed to lose, let's say, 5% a year, guaranteed by being in cash. Cash is not only, cash is worthless. It's just fake paper crap. But it's amazing how even millionaires don't understand this concept. You're like, dude, you got to get rid of your cash. See, poor people don't have any cash, so what do they want? Cash. Rich people have cash, but they don't want cash. Right? You shouldn't have cash. Cash is worthless. So you put it into a foreign exchange account, for example, and now you convert that into an income stream. And then when you have too much money in your trading account, because honestly, you don't need $1 million in your trading account. You don't need $10 million in your trading account. So at some point, you should take some of that money and you put it into some other asset, which now you own. So being an owner is a big deal. And what? It provides an income. And now you don't even have to work. You just own. So that's where you got to get. Okay. So anyways, these are the lessons I'm giving my kids. Look, kids, $10,000. And now that I paid $5 for it, I probably can't sell it for $5. It's even lost value since I've owned it. Yeah, make it rain. Can I do that? No, that didn't do it. Oh, I must need to be on a different screen. How about this? Can I make it rain? Yeah, there's... Yeah. Burn it! Burn it! Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it all. So I have to turn it off, turn off the fire, turn off the money. All right, so yeah. So welcome to the Forex.Today YouTube community. We are 16,000 foreign exchange traders. We're stationed all around the world in different space and in different time, but we can get together as a community live, or perhaps you watch the recordings, but we can still gather and we're still sharing our intellect and our focus and our motivation and everything else that we put in, our professionalism, our inquisitiveness. We are sharing all of this to raise the bar for everyone. This YouTube community makes the world a better place. And I thank you for your participation, because sitting here and listening doesn't change a thing. It doesn't make the world a better place. But I can see the changes that you guys are going through and making, and it's making a positive effect. You're able to change the course of your history by changing your destiny. And then, of course, changing the destiny of generations in front of you, not behind you, the ones in front of you. So very interesting to be on this journey with you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting, all of that. I appreciate you. Also appreciate Traders Way being part of this community. So if you are looking for a broker that executes your trades, which is a nice one, executes your trades quickly, which is even better, executes your trades quickly, and has low fees like small spreads or small ECN commissions. So for example, their ECN clients, the commissions are half price right now because of COVID. They're like, oh my God, that's super generous. Right? And then, of course, the swaps are high here. So, tradersway.com, we appreciate you. If you are new to this community, please visit tradersway.com and at least open a demo account. Just to say hi, just to say thank you, just to be an active member of our community. So, what do you want to do today, eh? Okay, exotics are working very well. So if you stuck with it, good for you. You've done very well. One interesting thing here is the one we stopped watching. Should we go euro or hang on? Let's do this one. I guess it's just there. Look at poor lira just getting destroyed. Bad year for lira. I feel bad for Turkey because I think all of this is unnecessary. This didn't need to happen. This is a destruction of a culture almost. Because once the economy goes, the culture is going to go too. The good, the strong, the proud people of Turkey are just, this is devastating and completely unnecessary. So terrible, just absolutely, totally, unbelievably terrible. Okay? It's 800% weaker than it used to be. Just completely unnecessary, completely devastating, and, sad. So, anyways, nothing we can do about it. I can't trade it anymore. But it used to be 1.24. Now it's 8.24. And I have a few Turkish friends, and I haven't seen them in decades, but I've always wanted to visit Turkey. There's probably two places I'd like to go boating, like yachting. I'd like to yacht around Turkey, and I'd like to yacht through Vietnam. Those would be like two places almost immediately. If I had a yacht, I'm like, boom, we're going to Turkey. So there's a place I'd love to get to see the history. I have family members that have died in Gallipoli. So my uncle Sidney died in Gallipoli, which was when Sir Winston Churchill, he wasn't a sir yet, he was in the Navy, and he sent a bunch of British and Australian boys to certain death because of arrogance. And the interesting thing about Churchill, maybe you don't know this because, we worship him. He's like the British JFK or something. But he had a tough start. Like I said, he sent a whole bunch of the British Navy just to scare the poor Turkish people. Well, the poor Turkish people were tough sons of guns, and they were ready and they were prepared. So anyways, the British go over there and totally get annihilated by the Turks. And like I said, my uncle Sidney died in Gallipoli trying to carry one of his wounded friends, and he stood on an anti-tank mine. That was the end of him. So anyways, the next thing that Churchill said was, so he disappeared out of kind of politics at that point, probably a little bit of disgrace and defeat. And then he started on this thing where he said, the Nazis are coming, 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 the Nazis are coming. And he went on BBC so many times talking about the Nazis. This is when he was not powerful in government, by the way. Okay? And it got to the point where BBC banned Churchill. Well, the Americans love Churchill too. Do you know why? Because he was banned at BBC because they were just sick of him talking about the stupid Nazis. They didn't want to hear about it anymore. You're frightening the good people of England. We don't want to hear your nonsense anymore, Churchill. So he went on a radio tour through America to say, the Nazis are coming, the Nazis are coming, the Nazis are coming, the Nazis are coming, the Nazis are coming. Pretty amazing, right? He couldn't even speak in his own country. And then, boom, the Nazis showed up. And they're like, holy crap. And boom, just like that. Even though Winston Churchill was powerless for probably 20 years after he lost his role. Well, I don't know about 20 years, but he had a powerful naval position in like 1917, but by 1930 he had lost most of it. I mean, he hadn't done anything except say the Nazis were coming. Then the Nazis showed up and boom, he's prime minister. He went from disgraced and defeated to like booted out and banned to suddenly, boom, most powerful person in the world. Pretty interesting. So that's why Americans love him and why the British love him. It's kind of interesting. But I feel bad because I'd like to go to Turkey and I'd like to visit Gallipoli. And then I look at this, I'm like, oh, and then COVID, of course. I think if it wasn't for COVID, we would do a Forex meetup in Turkey. I think that would have gone down. I think that would have been awesome to meet up in Istanbul at the Ritz-Carlton. Sailing Croatia is wonderful. Yeah, I heard that as well. The waters are beautifully clear. All right, so we'll go back on this. What is the trade plan for the month? Oh, there it is. Turkey needs to export. Okay, Emil? Turkey needs to export. So they shouldn't have a government that isolates it from the rest of the world. That would be a good start, is maybe get rid of Erdogan. Okay? The second thing is that you now need to jumpstart the economy and get the Turkish economy productive. Productivity. That means capital and labor. Okay? And then the second thing is the things you produce, productivity, right? The things you produce should be internationally focused. And you should export big time. So think of like, what should Japan do after World War II, after vast portions of its population were wiped out, vast portions of its economy were destroyed, and several major cities and port towns were nuked? How do you come back from that? I mean, don't even think about becoming a superpower, which they did. But how do you just recover from something like that? Start your production and start exporting that production. Why export? Does anyone know why? Why would I say you need to export? Why did Japan need to export? Why does Turkey need to export now? Why not just have a domestic economy? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? 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 Well, right now, Turkey owes the world a lot of money. They have lots of debt denominated in dollars, denominated in euros, denominated in pounds, so on and so forth. So they don't need money. They don't need more lira. They need productivity to increase so that they can exchange a product or a service, so they export, and they do this in exchange for foreign currency. It's not GDP. You can have a domestic GDP, but it doesn't do anything for you if your debt is external. Remember, their debt's external. They need to find a way to bring dollars, euros, pounds, and other foreign currency into the country. So they need to make stuff and sell it to foreigners. So remember, when you export stuff, you import money. And that's what they need, is they need foreign exchange. They have no foreign exchange reserves. That's the problem that's going on with the Turkish lira. They have no foreign exchange reserves. And I said this a year ago, 2 years ago, I'm like, they need to export. They must export. So, like, why does the dollar weaken when America is filthy, stinking rich? because we're buying stuff. We're buying BMWs and Mercedes and Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and that comes in from Europe. So we gain awesome cars, but we lose money. We sent the money away. So we imported cars, we exported cash. Well, now Turkey's got to export products and service and import foreign currency reserves. You see what I mean? They need foreign currency reserves. Interesting, huh? So Young Gun says the more you export, the more your economic system increases. Yeah, but that's not what's needed. What's needed is foreign cash. Because now they pay their debts. Okay? See, the way you pay your debts, if you don't have pounds, euros, and dollars, that you exchange, so you send out of your country lira, which weakens the lira, and then you import pounds and dollars and euros, which pushes the value up, which is a vicious cycle. If you do it that way, Young Guns, you hurt yourself. It's the worst way to do it. It's the last resort. Okay? The best way to do it is produce something and trade it for the cash. Don't weaken your currency. Do a better deal. Do a better trade. In this case, I'll send you a Turkish carpet, or I'll send you Turkish coffee, or I'll send you Turkish ceramics, right? Like the Turkish ceramics are great, right? Like you buy our tiles and you give us pounds for that. And it goes to the central bank, and then the central bank then exchanges that out and gives the exporter lira. So now, because the lira, the exporter doesn't want the pounds. He wants lira. So the central bank does the exchange. And so now the central bank used to have lira in their vault. Now they gave the lira to the exporter. But now sitting in the vault are Great British pounds. And when the country needs to pay the British back for loans, they say, oh, well, we have pounds in our vault. And you do that. You pay down the debt with the pounds you already own. You see what I mean? Now, Young Gun says, yeah, but what do they have to trade? Well, that's the problem. So I was asked, like, what does Turkey need to do? You have to answer the right question. Like, right, I get frustrated when people ask the wrong questions. I'll give you an example. Scientists are trying to figure out how to move at the speed of light. How do you make a spaceship move at the speed of light? Well, by doing so, you destroy it. It's impossible. And even then, it would take us 1,000 years to get to the nearest star and 1,000 years to get back. Like, it's the wrong question. You need to figure out how to create a warp drive, which means you need to be able to manipulate the fabric of the universe, space-time. You need to figure out space-time, not speed. You cannot travel the speed of light. It's physics. You can't do it. It's the wrong question. Why, right? So in this case, Turkey doesn't need to be more, just do things. And the economy doesn't need to just improve. That's not a problem. Like, I don't know what the Turkish economy is like. We're talking about their currency. And that is a debt currency problem. So to fix the problem is, yes, you have to increase productivity, but not to make more jobs or something. Like, I don't know what the situation is there. But if you can make something and trade it for cash, make something the British want to buy, make something the Europeans want to buy, make something the Americans want to buy. How did South Korea do it? They made TVs and servers and phones. Right? How did Japan do it? They start making cars, for example. Fantastic cars. Right? Just fantastic. And then computers and TVs. And then the arrogance of Sony ruined everything. It was so funny how arrogant Sony used to be. Now it's gone. It's like, we're the best at movies, and we're the best at TVs, and we're the best at video games, and we're the best at all these different things. And then they created a 100-year business plan, which is stupid, and then they've pretty much gone out of business. Does anyone here own a Sony television? They used to make the best. Now they make nothing. Anyways. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, Young Guns says that's what I'm saying. So anything. What do they need to make? Whatever. Why don't you... I would send a diplomat to London and find out what they need to do. That's it. That's what I would do. And should the envoy stay at the Ritz in Mayfair? You guys like the Ritz? So right next to the Ritz in London is my cigar bar. Just like right around the corner, right there in Mayfair. And I remember one time. So I'm in London, but I'm not staying the night. I was walking through London. I'm like, I'm going to have a cigar. I had a layover. So I'm like, oh man, I got to use the bathroom. So I walk into the Ritz. I'm like, oh, there's the Ritz. I walk in and there's a bodyguard at the front door because they're trying to keep tourists out. Like, no frickin' way are you coming in. Like, I have a backpack on. I'm not pulling luggage, that kind of stuff. And like, oh, here comes some stupid American tourist, right? So he's like, you can't come in. And I reach in my wallet. I'm like, I own this place, bitch. And he's like, oh, come right on in. So I had my secret card that says, Ritz is mine. So anyways, so I had the secret card. And please come in. And what a great place to wash up anyways, is the Ritz. But I don't know where the Turkish diplomat should stay. I guess the embassy, right? But I'm like, don't spend the money. Don't spend the poor people's money. You should stay at the Holiday Inn. All right. Yeah, so ZAR, USD ZAR, and Euro ZAR, but like I said, I showed this already. Well, I mean, let's use Euro first, and then we'll do dollar. We already have the plan set out. Like I've multiple times I've laid it out. What is the trade plan for the month? Okay. I mean, we've done this so many times. Either you have a plan and you're in control of your trading, or you're not. So it's irrelevant to even talk about it, right? Like there's one entry, but you had to be aggressive. I don't think you'd be aggressive there. But this is the obvious boring entry we identified way in advance. And then it happened. Then we talked about it. And then we talked about it again. Then we talked about it again. Like we're well on our way. Maybe we'll hit target this month. Maybe we won't. But we're well on our way. And then next month should be something like that. Okay. The thing is, I have less and less faith in Euro because I'm going to be more and more focused on dollar because of the election. And if the dollar weakens, the Euro can get strong, and then that pair gets muddied. This is sort of like the better pair, right? So I have this gray area pre-established, like we did this a million times already, as my short zone or as your short zone. Let me get rid of this. Okay. And then you should know our pivot profits, our selling zone. Here's our area here. Okay, you see this? So on what, right? There's our sell for the week. There's our sell last week. Like there's no complication, but you shouldn't be looking at it like today trying to figure things out. If you sold it yesterday, you did your job. It wasn't even spectacular. You just sort of, I'd call it mediocre. You showed up, you did your job, you sold it. This is a daily exit. This is a weekly sell. You see that? So we're done. Maybe you sold it here, London Open. Okay, you're done today. Today's done. The week is done. This is last week. So here's what you did based on last week's move. You did this, right? Down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 down. So the day is done, the week is done, last week's done. So now you got to put this in context of a month. Where's it? Position trading bearish. Okay. And what's the trade plan for the month of October? I mean, we're almost done October, right? This is the last week. What was the trade plan? Oh, let me show you. Not hard. Break it down into smaller digestible pieces. Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 down. But we know inside of this are the weekly swings and the daily swings. So you either know how to day trade and swing trade and position trade, or you don't. Right? And remember, on top of this, my fundamental bias doesn't even allow me to consider buying. Do you understand that? I'm not even allowed to think about it. So it's either a good sell or it's not a good sell. So this is easy. This is a position trade. Position trade. Super easy. Doesn't get more basic than that. And then inside of that, as I already showed you, there's like a weekly sell, a weekly sell, and a weekly sell. And then inside of there's daily sells, like daily sell, daily sell, daily sell, so on and so forth. New daily sell here. And if you're a bear, which means you have a bias set, and you know how to position trade, swing trade, and day trade, a little complicated sort of in the beginning, but like only that it didn't break out quickly. But I mean, as far as putting up trade plans and stuff, not complicated. It took some patience, but the rest of it wasn't complicated. Right? Pure Mathematics says, I keep forgetting that you're a macroeconomics trend trader. Yeah, well, and that's the interesting thing, because what I think happens to a lot of people is they get caught up in their 15-minute charts and they're listening to the news and, oh, the Brexit this, and oh, well, the COVID that. And they get caught up in the nonsense. Like I was laughing. I laughed at my phone yesterday. And my wife's like, what? And I said, I just read that the Dow Jones is down almost 1,000 points because the COVID numbers spiked. I'm like, but the thing is, I told people last week, and I planned it all out on charts, and I gave specific prices and specific reasons that had nothing to do with COVID, and that said the euro dollar was going to fall. Which also, by definition, means the stock market's going to fall. And then, so I read about it late in the day, like, Bloomberg is telling me that the stock market's down because of the COVID numbers and all this hysteria. Blah! And I tell my wife, I chuckle, I'm like, well, it fell because it was supposed to. I knew it last week. I mean, maybe COVID numbers, but it fell. I shorted it last week because it was supposed to. Like, it's just funny. Like, I can't deny or confirm that what Bloomberg is saying is true. And I don't think what they're saying is nonsense. I mean, it makes sense to me, except I don't think it's quite accurate. I don't think they're being disaccurate. I don't think they're lying. But I think that's what basic people, simple people know or think. And I'm like, oh my God, they probably actually think that. But what they don't realize, and they're supposed to be tracking the finance market. I think if you talk to Wall Street, true traders, right? The big traders that are like, I shorted that on Friday. I mean, it fell because I shorted it. You understand? Like, they're going like chicken or egg. I'm like, dude, it fell because I sold it. That's why it fell. And then they're like, it fell because COVID-19 numbers. Look at these numbers. They're worse. So the market fell. No. The market fell before that happened. Because people sold it. And why did people sell it? Well, because they were supposed to. That's what technical analysis is, right? So we spent Thursday and Friday showing like this is where euro dollars would likely to fall and why. And then it did. Okay, I didn't know anything about the COVID spike in numbers. But that's so easy to believe, isn't it? The market fell. What's going on today? Oh, COVID numbers are up. Oh, well, that must be it. You know, in truth, as far as trading is concerned, I've seen the opposite so many times. It's amazing. The COVID numbers would come out bad, and that would force the government to do their stimulus. Because I'm telling you, if the stimulus came out and the market went up, they would say it's because of the stimulus package, which would be true. But the reason suddenly on the last day, the last hour of the last day, if they had pumped out a stimulus package, it would have been because the numbers are getting worse. Do you understand? So it's not the fact that the stimulus came out, which we know isn't going to happen, but or if it did, it would be a big surprise. But the thing is, it would have been, if it had happened yesterday, it would have been because the numbers were so bad. And if we thought that was even potential, the stock market would have gone up after the numbers were so bad, because that would force the government to do a stimulus. And so anyways, it's so funny because that's not what was happening. It was just funny. So anyways, I look at my phone, I'm laughing like simpleton stuff. Right? Simpleton stuff. Most people don't get it. And I get frustrated because I don't understand why. And it frustrates me. And I used to look at the news and say, I can't figure it out. And then I'd look at other things like, I can't figure out why. What they're saying and telling me seems to be logical and seems to be true, but I don't see it on the charts and I don't get it. So that's why I got into like fundamentals, because I'm like, there's a disconnect. I don't understand. Like, I'm being told by the geniuses that are billionaire money managers and the smart PhDs on television, and they're all telling me one thing and I hear it and it seems to make sense. But then I look at my charts and one of these guys is wrong. Either my charts are wrong or everything else is wrong. And I over time I realized, oh my God, the experts are wrong. And you might think that's a good feeling. It's a horrible feeling. It's like being deserted on an island. Right? You're like, okay, you're on your own. You're out there on your own. You have to find your own food, water, shelter every single day. Hopefully you don't get eaten by bugs. Hopefully you don't get eaten by tigers. Hopefully you don't get sick. Hopefully you don't step on something sharp or pointy. Hopefully you don't get a cavity or a toothache, or like, good luck. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. Because right? So anyways, be very, 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 very careful. Okay. So I simplify things. Yes, I'm a macroeconomic trader. Okay. I only buy Rand and I only sell dollar. Maybe I'm a simpleton, but that's the only thing I'm allowed to even consider. I don't even think about the other things. What about this? What about that? Doesn't exist. So I only short it, and I only short it, or I only don't short it, right? I only short it, or I don't short it. Do I sell high? Generally not. But do I sell double tops with lower lows, lower highs in a monthly sell zone? Yeah. So here we are on day maybe 2 of the month. You're done. So if you have a JOB, but you also want to be a successful, profitable Forex trader, join my swing trading group. I will fix you and I will give you a career. So you can do things like, you're only a bear, You only sell in this zone. You're super, super ready at the beginning of the week. You sold it here on the first or second day of the month, and you were done for the month of October. You're done. You're done. That was October. You were done on the 2nd of October. Done. That's a position trade. You were done. Very clear entries, very clear places to put stops. There are rules of engagement. Everything here is straight up shithouse. I used to say that in, I think, college. Straight up shithouse. I don't even know what it means anymore, but it's funny. So how about this? So let's get out of position trading. The only thing you're allowed to do is sell, and you know your prices, and you know your stops. Everything is 100% predefined. 100% predefined. This is your sell for that week. 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 This is your sell this week. This is your sell for next week, but it's too early. It's only Tuesday. So that's sort of irrelevant right now. So you sold this on Monday. You sold this on Monday. You sold this on Monday. Oh, maybe this one lost. Maybe it didn't. Okay, so your stop is supposed to be above the S, in this case, the R1. And you're pretty close. You probably stayed in that. But you might have lost money there. I'm not saying this is perfect. But you might have actually stayed in that and stayed profitable. Okay? Here's where you would have sold it, and here's where you would have sold it. This is a Monday sell. This is a Monday sell. This is a Monday sell. And this is a Monday sell. And you had to have the fortitude to either sell it here on a Friday front run or sell it on Wednesday instead of Monday. But what I'm trying to tell you is, 4 out of the 5 times, you knew exactly when to be at your charts, and you knew the exact prices you wanted to sell. You had the sell, and you were done 1 hour into the week. Okay, so you worked 1 hour. For me, it's on Sunday. Okay, you worked 1 hour at the beginning of the month, so on the 1st. So you worked 1 hour then. You've worked 5 hours there. So now all you had to do is 6 hours worth of work. By the way, almost always on a Sunday. Almost always on this. You don't even have to do this on a work week. That's the beautiful thing about Forex. If you're in the New York time zone, you work Sunday afternoon, and by the time you hit the second half of the football game, you're done the week or you're done the month. Now, you can take this further, and you can take the day trading course, and we can take this further and imagine this. You can either sell or you don't sell. You see the beauty in that? What are you going to do tomorrow? I might sell it. What about 10 days from now? I might sell it. How about 48 days from now? I might sell it. So it's either a good opportunity to sell or it's not an opportunity to sell. But you know exactly what you want to do, why you want to do it, when you want to be ready to do it. And life gets an amazing clarity to it if you know how to trade. Right? So whoever said it, yes, I'm a macro trend trader. Which means I know what I want to do tomorrow. I know what I want to do next week. I know what I want to do in January. I know exactly what I want to do in January. Now think of that, how much freedom psychologically that must offer me. Where I'm not like, what do I do today? What do I do tomorrow? What about this? And what about that? And what about the COVID? And what about the Brexit? And what about, oh my God, just like, no, I don't think that way, guys. I don't think that way. It doesn't exist for me. I don't have that angst. Now, I'm not always right, and I don't always have opportunity, but I certainly don't have the angst associated with my trading. And when you deleverage the size of your trading, you don't have the stress of like, oh my God, I just made a trade, right? Like, if you find you hold your breath when you pull the trigger, and you're like, oh shit, I just traded, and you back off, you're like, oh my God, how many pips are on what? All right, I'm up 8 pips now. Oh my God. Oh, I'm only up 4 pips now. What should I do? I should get out for profit, right? Like, you're over leveraged, bro. So you start backing these things out. You start trading a bias. You start trading with forethought, which means you have a strategy. You start trading through planning. You start trading under leveraged, not over leveraged, and everything changes. Everything changes. You become enlightened almost. Like all the stress and the angst, the angst goes away. And it will change. You will become a better trader. Because you're not reactionary. I know exactly what I want to do in January. I'm not BSing here. I have no stress or worries about it. So in that case, in January, based on what I have in here, which is strategy and planning, I either get the opportunity in January and I make money, or I don't get the opportunity in January. Or let's say less opportunities, and I'll make less money. But I will make money. And if the market agrees with me, I'll make a lot of money. If the market doesn't agree with me, I won't get very many setups. I'll get some setups, and I'll probably make some money. You see the difference? Ronald says, Wayne, after taking the course, I took the sell on this back in September, and you're still short. Very good. So so you took the top, huh? Good for you. Double top. Yeah, simple. Double top, lower low, lower high. My guess is you're short right here up in 17 area. Most likely you're short on this one, huh? Yeah, 17. You're short at 17. Good for you. You're up over 1,000 pips. That's a true 1,000 pip move. Good for you. Ronald says, I'm so glad I invested in the course. Yeah. Well, and I think Jim gave you the strength, right? I think Jim's like, you do, take it. Well, good. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. That's the whole raison d'etre. Okay? Your success, your pips give me wings. So let's go back through this a little more focused. Okay, you can only sell or you can only not sell. That's it, okay? This is your sell zone. 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 All right, let's look at it and see opportunities. This is 4 hour now. So if we can try to force MT4 to look at this from hourly now, I'm going to have to try to add some more space. And I'm going to have to back out a little bit. Okay, hourly. Okay. Here's a Asian fade, London Open gone. This one, there was a front run in the New York session. The front run is the second stage of a day trader's capability. This is the obvious easy one, but knowing that when to, having the ability to front run is the next stage, because you have to be skilled enough where you are actually planning tomorrow and you actually take tomorrow's trade today. That typically doesn't happen your first week, but later in life you'll totally, for sure, oh yeah. Right? Like this is a New York front run. Like, I mean, that's very tradable. But anyways, did you get it this day? No, but that's the sort of basic, obvious one, right? So in that case, did you get that? No, but you did get the front run. There's a front run. All right, cool. So you didn't get that day. These are all day trades, by the way. Okay. Here's another one. And your stop goes up here above the R. Cool. So you probably did well there. Maybe not, but probably. Here's your London Open. It depends. Like I sell here. Other people wait to sell the open. And then this is New York. So I would have had to endure this, but while I sleep. So I can endure the pain while I sleep because the pain's not that great, because I don't risk that much money relative to my account size. So if it doesn't work today, I don't really care. But it'll probably work because I trade with the trend. That's what trend means. The probability is this will fall. Oh, well, I'll sell it here. Okay, great. I wake up in the morning, I'm here. And by the end of the day, I'm there. Oh, I'm like, oh, okay. Right? Good. So how about the next day? Asia fade, right into the boom. So you got that one. Next one, Asia fade, right into the sell zone, boom. Asia fade, right into the sell zone, boom. Okay, this one, again, it depends on where the R1 was that day and how many pips away from the R1. You might have lost here today. You might have lost there. I don't think you lost here. You might have lost there. It would have been close. It really depends on when you moved your stop or where your stop. I mean, we know by definition where to put the stop, and that's above the resistance. It just depends if resistance was here and you put your stop there, and then you got knocked out, or if you put your stop here, you didn't get knocked out. So that one's close, probably a loss. And then look at this, boom. Today, so like stupid easy. If you were aggressive, you got it. Stupid easy, stupid easy, stupid easy, stupid easy. Loss of money, stupid easy. You need to know how to do this. These are day trades inside of a week trade, inside of a month trade, and they all say, sell, 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 sell! Right? Do I have a sell thing? What is Control S? Oh, I guess that's scream. I know what cry is. Oh, no, what is that? Oh, that looks like my Illuminati. Oh, I know what cry is. So, look, let's get to the brass tacks here. You need to learn how to trade. If you don't know how to trade, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to figure it out. If you do figure it out, which you're not, it's going to take you 10 or 20 years. That's that. I've been coaching for 20 years. So you can like speed up your process. And we know when it comes to compound interest, the sooner you start, the better. So if you need to know how to trade, if you need to get past the noise, if you need to get past the emotion and the hype and the get rich quick nonsense, if you actually want to learn how to trade and why, this is the question we constantly address. Why is it this way? Why does it work that way? Why does the money move? If you want to understand why, not just how, but why, get going, man. fxbootcamp.com. Hurry up. Right? Hurry up. Like, there are 50 people in this room that I would guess that have already done it, and they would all tell you to do it. So, like, get going. Okay? It's only money. You can't make more time. You can make more money. It's $400, guys. $384. Come on. Get going. You need to know this. You need to know it yesterday. All right. Done. Okay? And if you think that's a sales pitch, I'm just trying to get rich quick or something off of you or whatever, turn that off. Just turn it off. You're not helping yourself. I'm not your problem. All right. Let's do Bitcoin. Sorry, it's just gone. I lined this up for you September 1st. Now, the interesting thing, during August, we're neutral. Okay? By the time we hit the beginning of September, we are bullish. Okay? How many people agree with me that I had set you neutral in August, but you should be ready, willing, and able at the beginning of September? And then to take it even further, we said double bottom is very likely this time of year, but also this particular year. Now, that's a little bit of a stretch. I understand that. We did talk about it, But we also talked about this might be the one that works. What needed to happen in here, if you recall? The double bottom, right? Higher, high, higher, low. We needed the stimulus. So the conversation we had here is plan big, expect small. That was the message I gave my live trading group over and over and over and over again. I said, you still have to plan like it's going to happen, but it typically doesn't happen this year, the fourth year of an 8-year political cycle. In my humble experience, I've been in the fourth year of an 8-year cycle a few times. Okay? And it happens, but it doesn't happen like a normal year. But you still, because you don't know and you might get lucky. And I said, the election tells me you need to plan big but expect small. But the known unknown here is the stimulus. So if we roll into September and the government, maybe to win the election, Trump throws down a big stimulus to help him win the election. I'm like, it totally could happen. It totally makes sense. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they will. But if they do, this is going to be long and gone. If Wall Street throws their money down early and we get a stimulus package, they're basically front-running the election. And under those circumstances, you're going to be long, like hardcore. That's what we were talking here. But I said, but don't expect it. Expect a double bottom before it rises. Expect to be disappointed. Expect to be frustrated. How many people here got the message from me like in April or May that they should expect to be frustrated at the end of the year? Okay? Okay. Rashad, when you sign up to take the video training courses, it'll ask you, do you want to attend the live trading group on Thursdays? And that's $99 per month. It's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah. So you guys are like, yeah, for sure, right? Imagine that in April and May, I'm telling you, this year will be different than last year. This year, you will most likely be frustrated at the end of the year because your yen pairs didn't take off, your risk-on trades didn't take off, all that kind of stuff. It just didn't quite happen. But you still will need to prepare, plan, be ready, willing, and able for it to happen because there are variables that can make it happen, but we don't know if they'll, right? And so that's why we're like, here, you should plan big. And look at this. I drew it all out. The down and then the up. If you remember, I had this as the 1, 2, 3. Didn't quite work. Doesn't mean it's wrong, right? It did this. So now we have the double bottom. Look at this. I got the up arrow. Okay? And then here we are, right? So my point is this was never a sell. I was always planning this out from a bullish point of view. Not that it has to go up. You must understand that I don't know if it'll go up. I don't know anything more than you do. But I am planning for up. And of course, I was screaming bloody murder down here, right? At 10,000. This is a key psychological level. This is it. This is it. This is it. So you got to do what you're going to do. So what is it that you want to do? That's the big question. What is it that you want to do? Do you think this is going up? Well, then that's a risk on move. That's it. So simple. If you want it to go up, you're risk on. How about this? If you're risk on, you're planning for this to go up. That's it. Just like I would be planning for the USD South African Rand to fall, it's the same trade to me. Is there a relationship between the South African Rand and Bitcoin? Is that what's going on here, guys? When Rand gets strong, Bitcoin gets strong? Because we know Rand got ripper strong. Look at this. Bitcoin is up 30% this month. What's the relationship? Why do they have this relationship? What's going on? Nothing's right. That's right, Richard. I used to charge $300, by the way. And by the way, the video training courses, which are $384 one-time fee, they used to be like $1,600. So, yeah. So I'm doing my best. Okay. What's the relationship here? It is true, Rand has gotten stronger while Bitcoin got stronger. Yeah, it's the US dollar. See, I made a prediction in April. You guys were here in April, right? And you've been here in May, and you've been here in June, and you've been here in July, and you've been here in August, you've been here in September. We're about to lock down October, and we're about to go into November, and then we're going to close out the year. What did I say in April? What did I say in April? Had nothing to do with Bitcoin, had nothing to do with Rand. Yeah, that I am going to short the USD. And how, as an example, how long did I say I would do this trend of selling the USD? I added to that. I said, not only am I short, like what, a day? Was I short that week? Was I short that month? I added to that. In April, I said, based on what the Fed said, I am going to be short. I'm bearish on the US dollar for at least 5 years, unless something changes, like another exogenous shock like COVID 2021, right? COVID 21 brings us down. Well, I have to respond to the exogenous shock. Elmer says, Wayne, it still says 1,618. How do I do it? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll do this together. Cool. Okay, here's the website. Let me get the aspect ratio proper. There's the website. There's all the video training courses. Beautiful, 35 hours. Click here to begin. So I click there. It says, save 76.4%, coupon code COVID-19. All right, so let's put me in there. There I am. There's the price. This is what people used to pay. So I have to do this. COVID 19. And now it's $382. Yeah. Don't copy and paste. Type it. I can't type that out. It's too long. Type it. Okay. Learn how to plan trades. Learn how to swing trade for 100 to 300 pips. Fundamental analysis. I mean, it's 12 videos on fundamentals. And not like 5-minute videos. They're like hour-long videos. Maybe 45-minute videos. These are not little tiny pissy little 10-minute, 3-minute, 2-minute videos. Day trading, Forex in general, using MetaTraders, basics. This is the original FX bootcamp where people would learn like, what's a Fibonacci retracement? What's a moving average? What's a pivot point? What's a pitchfork. What is news? What is this? What is that, right? And then, of course, price action. If you don't know how to trade price action, it's hopeless. Forget it. You don't know price action? Forget it. 9 videos on price action. Yeah. So get on it. Oh, right on. We got a new member from Nigeria. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Osmoya? Ozzy? Make sure you subscribe. All right. Probably, I'm in the process now. So I'm working on like multiple projects, right? And we are working on a complete massive update to FX Bootcamp and FX Bootcamp Live, like crazy, very high tech, very advanced. We got to the point where everything, the entire website needs to be custom coded. Like we've done too much. Like we've broken WordPress, for example, and all that. There's nothing that can be tweaked and duct taped together anymore. So what we're doing is so unbelievably visionary that we have to custom code it from scratch. So what I'll end up doing with that is, what you see here, the $382. I'll probably leave that to closer to the end, and then by the end of the year, and by 2021, let's say January 1st, prices will either go up or prices will go up and the product will also go up. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be a whole new thing. Mind-blowing, mind-boggling kind of stuff. So get it now is all I'm saying. Get it now because we're taking all that money. So if you signed up today, right, and you paid the $400 today, all that money is going into the future, and this massive new rollout is coming in 2021, and nobody's doing what we're doing, right? Sort of like FX Bootcamp Live, where you're going through a professional grooming process. Groomed, and at the end of it, you have a job, a career. Like, oh my God, just, oh my God. So, yeah, hurry up. That's all I'm saying. Hurry up. All right. But I've seen the designs and amazing. Just, oh my God. Next level. Future stuff. Okay. Well, we have two methodologies, and we're going to integrate them better into the, right? So right now, essentially imagine learning how to intraday trade. Like if you're the type of person that's going to sit in front of your charts all day, every day, which is, if you're a professional, could actually be you. We have a methodology for that, and that's coached by Ryan. And then I'm a macro trend trader, which isn't intraday per se. Like I scalp and all that, but I base everything off the same thing. Like I can't scalp without my macro big view, right? So there's my methodology of day trading, which is the trade of the day. It's not intraday. Like it won't get you 9 trades that day, but it'll put you in the trade of the day. So if you can get that together and you know how to trade, then you can dive into smaller candles and be able to make, let's say, 10 trades every day. Right? Like you guys might be making 10 trades a month. You should probably be making 10 trades a day, but you have to have a really precise methodology, right? Well, my day trading, for example, is less precise but more accurate when you're catching trends, right? There's less waves involved because I'm kind of backed out a little bit. So I'm not looking at the waves, I'm looking at the current. And the current is, there's 3 currents, right? There's the current for today, the current for this week, the current for the month. And there might be, a fundamental current behind all of that. So we'll call that the trade winds. And then even that, there's macro business cycles, monetary cycles, there's political cycles, there's super cycles. And I'm trying to capture all of that because they impact the currents. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay. So I'm here and I can get you into the trade of the month. I can get you into the trade of the week. I can get you in the trade of the day. But we're talking like you're only working 20 minutes a day. Right? Well, what if you're in front of your charts 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day? Well, you're going to need a more precise methodology. And so the way it's going to work is you'll really have sort of two tracks that you can go on. You can tiptoe between the tracks, but you really kind of want to specialize, right? Are you going to intraday trade or are you going to kind of day trade, right? And there is a difference in the methodology and the mindset. But ultimately, all I care about is I get you to 3 to 5% a month. If I can get you to do that consistently, you can be a billionaire if you want. It's just whatever you do and how much time. I'll help you do it. Like whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do it. Whether you're trading your own account because you're retired and you want a cool side income, but you want to work a couple of hours a day and maybe trade some other people's money to increase your income and you just want to have a great lifestyle during your golden years, nothing better than this. But if you're a young gun and you're like, I'm 25 and I want to do this the rest of my life and I want to make $1 billion. I want a yacht. I want a plane. I want a limousine. I want a Lambo. Yeah, by all means, if you put the time into it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll help you. Like literally, I'll help you get your career started. Even offer the first step of your career. But then you're going to get too big for me and I'm not going to be able to hold you down. Because remember, I'm not going to make you rich. You're going to make yourself rich. So at some point, you're going to look at me and you're like, Wayne, I thank you for everything you've done for me over these years. But I have to move on to something bigger. And you're going to say that to me. And you're going to go on and you're going to make yourself filthy stinking rich. If you work for somebody, they'll never make you filthy stinking rich. I mean, it's just, dude, that's not how the world works. Right? But I'll help you get there if that's what you want to do. And I'll set it all up and then you knock it down. You got it. And you'll come back and you'll buy me a yellow Lamborghini and say, Wayne, I just had to do this. This is so fun. And I'll say, oh, cool, thank you. As long as it's not a Gallardo, I'll say thank you. So anyways, but if you don't know how to trade, forget it. Forget it. Just forget it. You don't know how to do it, forget it. Okay? Forget it. Forget it if you don't know how. All right, so I'm hedged here, can't lose. Look, I'm short euro and I'm long Aussie, which is another way of saying I'm buying dollar and I'm selling dollar at the same time. Funny thing is, I'm making money on both. I know, right? Now, I can't lose money on either, so that's really nice for me. And one of them will likely break out and the other one will get knocked out. Okay. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? One of them is going to make a lot of money for me and the other one will not lose any money. Cool. 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 Dude. Seriously? 10 trades a day? I'm trying to... Well, put it this way. How can you possibly hold 100 trades if you only make a couple of trades a day? At some point in my career, I will get you to a point where you have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of trades open. Now, this year isn't the right year for it, but next year might be. Well, which means you're going to be wrong a lot. Okay, Kishore says, isn't that equivalent to a Euro Aussie trade? Well, the interesting thing about it is if I was on Euro Aussie, it depends on the direction I traded. If I'm long Euro Aussie and Euro strengthens, I'll probably make money. If I'm short Euro Aussie and Euro weakens, or Aussie strengthens, one or relative, they both kind of, then I make money. But like I'm directional based there, right? I have to bet on the right direction is what I'm saying, right, Kishore? Right now, on that Euro Aussie situation, I don't have to be right on direction. I'm going to make money. The dollar will strengthen and I will make money. Or the dollar will weaken and I will make money. So that's how to hedge properly. I'm not hedging risk. I'm betting on both directions. Either way, I'm going to be right. So that's different. Okay? Okay. All right, cool. What were we saying here? Now I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about here? I guess we're just looking at yens. I want up. You know that. And that's it. That's that. I want up. And that's it. That's it. Yeah. 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 Yep. So let's take a look. Let's start with a position bullish. See, I have biased pivots. The best thing about this tool is I'm the boss. I don't look at the indicators and say, what is it telling me? Is it telling me to be bullish or is it telling me to be bearish? Son, it's not telling you anything. It's an algorithm. Math doesn't dream at night. Math doesn't think. Okay? So anyways, I say, as far as position trading is concerned, I'm bullish because I'm the boss. All right, let's go through Sendil as well. We'll help Sendil here. Hang on, Sendil. Sendil, it says save 76.4%. Use the coupon code COVID-19. So here's where you are. And it says 1,618. So you type in, as it says at the top, don't cut and paste. COVID-19. Oh, put a D in there. COVID-19. 382 bucks. 382 bucks. I'm sorry I didn't make the button bigger. It's funny though, isn't it? Humans are funny, aren't they? Right, Sandil? Like, we all do it. It's amazing. You're like, why is it 1,618? Like, you noticed the price, but you didn't notice like the giant fluorescent orange button with bold lettering at H1 size that said save 76 point. Like, it's funny though, right? We do it. Like, so many people do it. It's amazing. But maybe it's a test. Maybe it's a test. Maybe it's a test, right? Figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it funny though? I'm like, well, I'll give you a 76.4% discount, but you have to figure out the puzzle. What's the puzzle? What is the coupon code? I don't know. What is it, right? Figure it out. If you can figure it out, you can save almost 80%. What's the code? Right? Humans are funny. We're really funny creatures. And we were talking about this in the live group the other day, like, why can't I just tell you how to trade and then you go do it? Why can't you just download my message to your brain or like install an app? Why can't I just install an app to your brain where I give you the knowledge? So for $382, I'll install an app into your cerebral cortex and you will know how to trade. Like, think of Neo, right? Or what's her name? What's Neil's girlfriend's name? What's her name? Trinity. Trinity's like, Tank, I need a download for a Huey. And he's like, 1 second. Click, 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 click. And boom, she knows how to fly an U-1H-1 helicopter from 1968. And all of a sudden, like, she can fly a Huey, right? Or they shove the app into his brain. You're like, oh my God, Neil, are you okay? I just learned jujitsu, right? Wouldn't it be great if it's like I could just $382 pop it into your brain, you know how to trade Forex? But it doesn't work. It's amazing. Like, why doesn't it work? You can watch the videos. I can be here. But we still need to go through the strife and struggle. I have to destroy you. You have to destroy your old self. And then fully, which is hard to be vulnerable, fully buy in to what I'm teaching you. And then on top of that, you have to be still convinced. And then you have to have full-on beast mode, where you now fully believe, you've seen it a million times, you know the tools work, you know what I'm saying is right, you've done it successfully many times, so now you just have to stop all the other crap. And this could be a 10-year process, right? Where like, why? This is how you trade. Look, sell those pivots areas, right? And it's amazing what we need to go through. So to try to figure this out on your own, and then to go about it on your own, is, I don't know, nearly impossible. But isn't it interesting about human nature that we have to go through all that? Okay? That for some reason it's true. Girl, you know it's true. All right. So I am a bull. I am a bull. I'm a bull. I'm a bull. I'm a bull. You know I'm a bull. I know I'm a bull. The only thing I can do is buy. And right? Since the beginning of October, we've been in a buy zone, but it hasn't produced any up. Technically, it is not bearish unless you're a bear. You're like, well, what does that mean? Well, bears would have sold this. But see, bulls would have bought it. And right now, both are kind of making money, or both are kind of neutral. Like nothing's really going on. Now, bears have sold this. I can tell you for a fact, and I've removed the information, but bears sell here. Okay? But see, I've removed that information because I'm not a bear. Those green zones are where I would buy if I were me. Okay? A blue boy sounds stupid to me. Sounds like they're selling a dream to dreamers. I don't know what that group is, but what you just said, I mean, it's doable, sure, but they're selling dreams to dreamers. It's probably a great, right? No, it's not. That's bullshit. 90% of, if you know a prop firm, by the way, if you're looking at the internet and there's prop firms and stuff, it's bullshit. It's not. It's embarrassment. Yeah, no, it's not. It's bullshit. Okay, here's how a prop firm does it. You go to Chicago, by the way. In the United States, almost all of them are in Chicago. And they will hire you as an employee. You'll go to an office, maybe not with COVID, but you'll go to an office, there's staff, there's an HR department, there's coaches, there's trainers, and they have millions of dollars. And you walk in, they'll say, this is your station. You're in the Forex department. You're going to be on the scalping team. Here's the 5 other people. And that's, okay, that's what that is. What you see on the internet, it's bullshit. It's again, they're selling dreams to dreamers. It's just nonsense. It's not true. I can't be more straight up than that. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not a prop firm. It's bullshit. Okay? I did have an employee work for me for a while that worked at a very well-known, established Chicago prop firm. Everything else is bullshit. Like that kind of stuff. Like, no, it's fake. Again, they're oh well, if you do this and you do that and you do, oh well, then we can bump your money up and then it's bullshit. Selling dreams to dreamers. Okay? Yeah. Okay? That's that. Do you know how much it costs to get into my prop firm? How much does it cost to get into Blue Sky? Minimum $200,000. You're like, oh, you were going to make me rich. No, right? Like, yeah, that would be logical. But like, hey, put some money in here and no. So anyways, just, right. Yeah, I know. Well, I do it to emphasize. A lot of times my wife says, you and I'm like, look, okay, I'm using the F word or something to emphasize the stress I'm putting on this opinion. I try not to be vulgar, but I'm trying to force this shock of clarity. Like not only did I tell you it's nonsense, but I slapped you in the face and say, wake up. Just look at the logic of what they're doing. It's stupid. Oh, but I can get rich and change my whole life and I can work. No. It's stupid. It's dumb. It makes no sense. Right? It makes no sense. Okay? So, okay, if you're going to be a trader in a hedge fund, so this is what I was talking about with Blue Sky. Okay? If you want to be a trader in my hedge fund, you have to be exposed to the risk like a client. The same thing, if you're going to, let's not use Forex. Let's not use me. Let me use an example. You've just been invited to become a general partner of a venture capital firm. Okay? You following me, guys? There's and this actually happened to me, 3 months ago? There's a new venture capital firm being founded in the Silicon Valley right now. Okay? So I guess I will use myself as an example. I'm trying to make it as real as possible. So this venture capital fund in the San Francisco Bay Area, in the Silicon Valley, asked me to be a general partner. I even got the contract and everything. Like, I have the contract. Like, here's the contract. Please come on board. You're going to be a boss, a general partner. Okay? Cool. I need $2 million to join. You're like, what? Yeah. Every general partner has to have at least 1% of their own capital invested in the fund. They have to have some risk. A limited partner won't put money into your fund if the people investing the money have no skin in the game. Okay? You understand this? No one's going to give you $100 million if you got no money. I'm a really good Forex trader, but I'm dead broke. Dude, it doesn't work that way. Think about it. It just doesn't work that way. I'm a really good trader, but I don't have any money. Well, why don't you trade profitably and make some money? Well, I need to get rich quick. Just think of it like a prop firm, like the way they're advertising it to you on the internet. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no mathematical or business sense. They're selling dreams to dreamers. Oh, we can help you get rich quick. Just give us some money. It's stupid. Okay, so now I get invited, and this actually happened. I get invited to become a general partner in this new venture capital fund. I need to put $2 million in because we're going to raise hundreds of millions of dollars. So imagine now you're going to work for a hedge fund maybe my hedge fund. I might say to you, well, okay, great. You're a great trader. I like your track record. I like who you are. Obviously, I trained you over the years. I trust you. I like you. I want to spend time with you. I want us to be business partners, right? So you're going to be a part of this fund. And based on the size of the fund, based on the raise, you're going to need to put in $200,000. And you're going to say, well, I don't got any money. And I'm going to say, well, goodbye. What have you been doing all these years? I've taught you how to trade. You've been telling me you're doing all these pips. Oh, I spent all the money. Oh, well, then that's why you're broke. So now you got a problem. If you want to be a millionaire trader by raising a fund or working for a fund, you will need a bare minimum. You listening? This is way different from your join a prop firm pitch. What I'm saying is you will need a minimum of $100,000 in cash. Probably a multiple of that. 100, 200. I mean, it's just a car. It's just a Mercedes. What's a Mercedes cost? 120 grand? Good. It's like buying a Mercedes. Instead of buying a Mercedes, you buy a business opportunity that's going to produce you cash flow because your stack's going to go up 1 or 2 or 3x. And you pop up 200,000, but you're going to make $80,000 a year. So after 2 or 3 years, you're at break even, and after that, you're fine. But the thing is, the whole point of working for somebody else is that you can grow your money. You need to turn your your 200,000 into 2 million. And then once you have 2 million, you can go start your own fund. Now you're like, you still haven't spent your money. You've been working on this for years. Now you got 2 million and you're like, I can raise a fund. Now you can go out and talk to people and say, well, I'm starting a Forex fund. I got this huge long track record of success and I'm putting 2 million of my own money in. How much would you like to contribute? And you'll have limited partners. And now they can follow their rules because they have to follow their rules. And maybe it's just your rich uncle that puts some money in. But if you're going to raise money from a sophisticated investor, they say, well, if you're putting in 2, we can put in 8. That's our max. Or if you put in 2, we can put in 6. That's our max. We can't. There are ratios that they have to meet. So you put in 2, we put in 6. And then you talk to someone else like, oh, you got 2 in plus you raised 6? Well, we can put in 3.5. And then someone else says we can do it. All of a sudden, boom, you got it. You're on your way. You got Lambos. You got private jets. You got a career, a business. You're in the paper. You're on CNBC. You're writing books. You're going on tours. And one day you're an old man. And you're like, let me tell you about meditation, right? And you can be Ray Dalio explaining to everybody how much of a genius you are. Crazy old man. Right? But that's how it really happens. What your prop firm is pitching you is bullshit. Pardon my French. So now, if you were going to work for me, and then I was going to help you take that step beyond me, I have to find a way where you can turn a little bit of money into at least a couple of $100,000 in cash. So for me to do that, I have to teach you how to trade. I might have to increase your stack a little bit, but what else? You need to find a way to not spend the money. So when I say things like discipline, could you have $200,000 in cash in your account and not spend it? Do you have that kind of discipline? Can you imagine? This is going to be a problem. You see what I mean? I don't know what that is either, guys. So anyways, you gotta think logically, right? You gotta think logically. Those business opportunities you see out there on the internet is for people trying to get rich quick. There is no way you can get rich quick. Write it down. There is no way to get rich quick. So you have to get that out of your thoughts, get that out of your dreams. You need to focus on a business that you can create value with. And do that for very long periods of time. There is no way to get rich. There's no way to cut corners. So for you to get rich, you need to turn 5 grand into 25 grand, 25 grand into 100 grand, 100 grand into 300 grand, 300 grand into a million. It's going to take you years and years and years and years and years and years and years of hard work, massive sacrifice, and amazing, maybe unhuman levels of discipline. But you walk in and you're like, yeah, I'm the top 1%. I deserve all of this. I'm the unique one here. I can beat 99% of people every day. I'm like, okay, that's all you have to do. Right? Now you have to do that. That thing you think you can do, you're the special one. And we're all entrepreneurs here. So we all think we're special and unique and different from the masses. So now I'm like, okay, you have to grow a small account to a medium account to a large account to a big account to a huge account. And in 20 years from now, you can be filthy stinking rich. Okay? You'll put a yellow Lambo on your credit card. If you can't do that, you shouldn't have a yellow Lambo. Simple. Okay? Becoming wealthy and successful is not difficult. It takes time. And most people don't have it. They want the rich part. They want the successful part. They want the power, the fame, the glory, but they're not willing to work for it. Guess what? Won't happen. Okay? It used to be if you want to make rich money, get rich quick, all you had to do is take your clothes off in front of the camera and boom, you got money. Now that doesn't even pay. Now that's commoditized. Now you're like, no, now what do I have to do to make money quick and easy? Put your clothes on. We don't care anymore. Right? Like it's just amazing. Everything's commoditized. What is the most important, or let's say, what is the best value you can offer that will always be attractive? Right? If you can't even make money taking your clothes off. Right? I mean, people used to do it, right? Oh, I'm going to be a stripper. Boom, money. Oh, I'm going to be a porn star. Boom, money. Now there's no money in it. So what will always create value? What will always create value? What will you always pay for? Let me give you a sales pitch that you will always say yes to. If I give you $100 in cash, would you pay me $20? I'll give you the money. I'll pull out 100. Oh, I got one right here. Look. I will go out and do some work. You understand? I will go out and do some work. And I'll come back with $100 and I'll give it to you. When I do, after I've already done it, I want you to give me $20. So you keep the $100 bill, real money, and for the service, you will give me $20. And then I will go back out into the world. I'll go find another $100 bill. I'll come back. I will give that to you. In exchange for the service I provided, you will give me $20. How long do you want to play that game? Yeah, well, that's right. Sophie's right. Investments that generate cash flow. You are an investment that will generate cash flow. Okay? Okay? You see? That's what you need to be focused on. You need to think about how to build a business that provides people tangible value. And from that, you are unstoppable. Hey, Sharif. I'm doing good. How about you? Staying safe, staying healthy? I had the flu last week. I'm still a little bit sick, but not COVID. So there we are, guys. So I look at this. Let's go back to here. I'm a bull, which means I either buy this or I don't buy this. Now, buyers buy here, sellers sell here. So if you're a bear, yeah, you sold up here. If you're a bull, yeah, you bought here. And then nothing's happened this month. Well, so what? Now think of people inside these 4-hour candles, these 15-minute candles. Think about people making and losing money. And meanwhile, for a trader, like a swing trader or a position trader, like I'll teach you how to be, you made one trade here and you're disappointed because nothing happened. Someone else might have lost money all this month because they kept buying and selling and buying and it just wouldn't break out. And they're like, why? And then meanwhile, you're like, mediocre month, it's kind of neutral, still waiting. And there's no stress behind it. Okay, look at this. I either buy this or I don't buy this. Can you see buying opportunities here, guys? I'm only allowed to buy it or I don't buy it. But there's no discussion, debate, all these different things. Oops, I can't find my pen. Where'd my pen go? No. There's no discussion, no debate, no tossing and turning at night. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, that's not what it's about. So right here, there's a buy. So I bought it, done. 6 minutes worth of work. Done for the week. Done. Done for the week. And you're telling me you want to be a successful Forex trader, but you don't have the time? No. You just don't know how. You have the time. You don't. So you're either unwilling or incapable of doing the work, which is different. Check this out. You ready? There's a buy. Done. Check this out. There's a buy. Done. Check this out. There's a buy. Done. Check this out. There's a buy. Notice I'm telling you it's the exact same time every day. Let me clean this one up a little bit. Okay. So inside these boxes, notice it's the same time every day. Notice you have the same bias every day. You have the same intent every day. Now, you don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the boxes, right? So let me sort of update this. How should I do this? Let me update this so you only see what you would have seen in that moment, okay? Did you know MT4 has an erase mode? It's cool. Thank you, MT4. I think I did this right. Yeah, I guess so. This will work. You have an erase mode on your MT4, right? Most people don't know. Okay. So all you know is in these boxes. And remember, these boxes are specific bias at a specific time of the day. So imagine you knew exactly what you want to do tomorrow and exactly what time you want to show up to your computer. How many people here can do that? If I told you the exact time to be at your chart and the exact prices you'll be interested in buying, or if you're a bear, selling. Like you knew exactly what you wanted to do, when you want to do it, you just don't know if you'll get the opportunity. How'd you like to trade like that? Or do you want to go back to the emotional chaos? Okay. So now we've isolated this into specific moments in time. To me, as a day trader, this is just day trading. As a day trader, this is the only thing that matters. I'm going to carry this out further. This is my entire life. Okay? And by the way, if you don't know how to do this, join FX Bootcamp now. I will break you down and build you up to be a king. If you are disciplined and you have a work ethic. You only need half a brain, but you better bring their work ethic. If you can't do this, forget it. It ain't going to happen. If you can't do this, forget it. Oops. Now we got to undo this. Okay. So at these times, I buy. And then at these times, you place a stop. And you will be taught exactly the place to put your stop. Probably like that. Probably like that. Probably about here. Probably about here. Probably about here. Okay? A ridiculous, sickening work ethic. Okay? So I know, and I've already taught you and I've shown you, on this Kiwi yen, dang it. I have to redo it again. I grabbed the wrong thing. On this Kiwi yen, I only buy. Oh man, I gotta redo it. You're kidding me. Okay, I only buy this. You know this, I know this. This is no secret. There's no hindsight. You knew it a week ago, you knew it a month ago, you knew it 2 months ago, what my bias is. Okay, you understand that? So now I show up and I know the time I want to day trade, and this is in the day trading course. I know I want to buy it if I'm in my green zone. I know I want to buy it if I'm in my green zone. I know I want to buy it if I'm at my green zone. I know I want to buy it if I'm in my green zone. And I know I want to buy it if I'm in my green zone. What I don't know is what's going to happen next. That's why I kind of hit all the other stuff. I don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what's going to happen next. I only know what I want to do. I know when I want to do it. And I know the prices that I'm interested. So in this zone, I'm going to buy. Oh, done. Okay. In this case, it came down to the bottom end, buy it, whatever, doesn't matter, boom. But it's exactly, right? And then 24 hours later, oh, I'm in the green zone again, buy. And 24 hours later again, oh, look, there's the touch of the green zone, buy. "24 hours later, there's the buy zone, buy. 24 hours later, there's the buy zone, buy. And right now you could, for example, and there's many ways to manage all these. These could be day trades where you're targeting. So for example, you're targeting up here. Oops, let's go back to black. You're targeting up here for an exit. 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 You're targeting up here. But you also know these are just pissy little day trades. These aren't even big trades. These are the silly little boring trades. We have much bigger trades going on. We know there's weeklies and we know there's monthlies. This is just day trading. So you could say, well, based on your weekly swings and your monthly positions, you'll just let all these go. So you have no target, or really you have a monthly target, but not a daily target. You only have daily stops. So after day 2, you move your stop here. Now you got 2 stops. So this one's essentially break even, and this one is 30 pips away. And then on day 3, now you got 3 stops right here below the support of this. So now you got one sort of profitable and one pretty profitable. And then the next goes, now you got 4 stops. Now this one is break even, this one's profitable, and this has a small stop. And then the 5th day goes by, and now you got 5 stops here, okay? And because you keep moving these. Oops. So now you got 5 stops. This one has a small loss, or still has the potential for a small loss because it's 30 pips away. This one's break even, this one's profitable, this one's profitable, this one's profitable. You're up 250 pips for the week, whatever it is. I'm just throwing it out there, right? All these times each other. Meanwhile, you got weekly swings going on and you got monthly swings. Now, this is one currency pair. Imagine you were looking at three currencies. You're day trading all three, you're swing trading all three, and you're position trading all three. So at the end of the month, oh my God, if in a perfect world where everything is working your way, it does happen, by the way. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen frequently. All of a sudden, you got 35 trades on. And they're all basically doing the same thing, and they're all working because that's the market conditions that are favorable to your bias. And so you got all these day trades, you got all these swing trades, you got all these position trades. You're like, I'm the greatest trader in the world, and then it's over, and you get knocked out. You get 5 losers, 10 break even, and 20 profitable trades, and you're out. And the cool thing is, it's quite predictable when that's going to happen, if you know. So I hope you figure it out through experimentation over the next 10 or 15 years, or you join FX Bootcamp and you get on it now. Okay? Or you fall for the get-rich nonsense. I turned $5 into $10,000. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Bank money. Money. Boom. Look at that. Crazy. Because I turned a credit card transaction into worthless cash. This is worthless cash because it's just cash. It's stupid. Get rich quick. Why? It's because you don't have this. You don't have any cash, but cash is for poor people. You're not even on the right plane. You're not even on the right mental universe. You're stuck in the poverty mind. You don't want cash. You want a long-term business that creates value. You understand? You want a long-term value proposition to other people. You want the get-rich-slow stuff. And you want to be able to have the patience and the discipline and the fortitude to carry out something that's going to be very, 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 very difficult. But if you want to create wealth, that's the easiest part. Creating wealth is better than being rich. Money makes you rich. That means you have a job and you're stuck in a poverty mind. If you want to be an entrepreneur, business owner, asset owner, that's what you should be focused on. You're like, I need to find a way to turn my amateur retail Forex trading account into a business that can provide value to rich people. You want a cool job? Keep rich people rich. That's a cool job. Hey, rich people have feelings too. But the thing is, you will create wealth for yourself, getting away from money. Money is poverty. Money is stupid. Money is worthless. But you convert that into assets or businesses or stuff you own, like your Forex fund, whether you work for my Forex fund or one day you launch your own. You're like, Wayne, I got millions of dollars now and you're too small. Do you know why I'd be too small to somebody like that? Because when they make money, I'm going to make a lot of money. They're going to make me rich. That's how business works. I'll give you an opportunity. I'll grow you, make you smarter, and help you capture something. But you're going to make me rich. Certainly, you're going to say, well, Wayne, thanks. This was a great 5-year, 6, 7-year ride. I've enjoyed working with you. I've learned so much. I got my stack. I got a couple of them on my own working for you. I got to go because I want to make more. I want to have the responsibility. I want to take the risk. I want to offer the service. I want to have the clients. And I want to do it on my own. Well, that's how you do it, bro. Not with a stupid job at a fake prop firm. You need to think reality, business, value. Why would somebody give you money? Because you're worth it. Why are you worth it? You think ahead. You have a vision. You put together a strategy and you have the discipline and the fortitude to carry out the strategy without failure, and you know when you're wrong and you adjust. You can't do that, forget it, quit. Go take that options course. You can buy that guy's book. He gives it to you for free plus shipping. You can get his book on trading options. Maybe you'll go get rich quick there, but I doubt it. So, if you value this message of brutal honesty, I hope you find it valuable, because you must get rid of the false idol. You must get rid of the false idol. It's a distraction, right? I always think of, out of the Bible, Jesus Christ walking through the city, and he's surrounded by alcohol and prostitution and all this, and he has to walk the righteous path. You got to cut out all the side noise of, on one side, it's like, this is how you make money fast. And then the other one is like, this is why it happened. Let me tell you why it all happened. Oh, it was the COVID report. Oh, it was Brexit. Oh, it was all this. And no, you have to say, you know what? I need the truth. The truth is illuminating, right? Veritas is knowledge and power through the understanding of the truth. So if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to do the fundamental work and the technical work and put that together, not just make the decisions, but actually do the actions, you are superhuman. You deserve your wildest dreams, and people will pay you for it. And that's going to be a slow, arduous process. But like I told you 5 years ago, that I was going to sign up for a 4-year program at Harvard that was going to take 20 to 40 hours a week, sometimes more. It's going to take a ton of money. I'm going to have to move to campus every summer and say goodbye to my wife and children, and they're making sacrifices. I'm making sacrifices. I have to give up vacations and weekends and everything and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. And at the end of it, 4 years is nothing. I got more, and so I signed up for more. Sickening, ridiculous work ethic, and supermodel good looks. But the best thing about me is my modesty. So anyways, thanks for being on my team. Thank you for being in my life. I hope you got woke. Okay? Woke. Hope you woke. And I will see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Thanks for being on my team.